Okay, so hi guys. In this video, we will take up another question on sliding window technique. I have already made two videos on sliding window. I will share that in the description box, the links. You can also check out my playlist. I have made many videos on competitive programming. Please subscribe to my channel and share the videos if you really find it helpful, because then others will also be able to take the benefit. So first of all, let us start with the question. What is the question? Question is find the longest distinct substring, or you can also say find the longest substring with no repeating characters, or you can also say find the longest non-repeating substring. Everything is the same. So I hope you understood what the question is. By the name itself, you'll understand. So let us take an example. The string is this, okay? In this, we have to find the longest non-repeating substring. So by observation, we can see that this can be the string, or this also can be the string, whatever. So either of these two. So length of that will be what? 5. Or even this can be the longest. So in this case, the answer would be 5. How to do this using sliding window? And also I will be telling you, apart from sliding window, is there a better method, faster method? Because even sliding window sometimes in this case will turn out to have, actually sliding window will O of n square complexity. Some cases it will work, sometimes it will not. So I would want to show that to you. So basically this is a lead code problem, longest substring without repeating character. And in this question, I used a normal method only, the standard sliding window, whatever you might be thinking. Like, if you don't know what is the standard sliding window, let me tell you. Basically, what we do is we keep expanding the window size, okay? We keep expanding the window size until some condition will be given, right? Some condition is satisfied. Until the condition is satisfied, we keep expanding. Once the condition is not satisfied, we will keep decrementing, we will keep reducing the size, we will keep shrinking the window from the left side, okay? So from the left side, we'll keep shrinking and we'll keep erasing, and we will keep adjusting our window. So basically, this is what we do in sliding window: expand from right side and keep shrinking the left side. So the same thing I used here, the same thing, basically what I'm doing over here, I have taken unordered map, okay? Unordered map I'm taking because I want to find the frequency of every character. So every character I want to find the frequency, and basically I am doing that only. I am incrementing frequency of the character over here. I think you can see it, right? Should I make it bigger? Yeah, so now I think you can see it better. So frequency of the character is being increased over here. And in this while loop, basically I am checking if there is any character whose frequency is more than 1. If the frequency of character is more than 1, then I shall continue. Otherwise, if there is no character, I will break out of this loop. And I will record the maximum length over here. So I'll repeat that again. If the frequency of a character is greater than 1, then I shall stay inside this while loop. Basically, this while loop is that shrinking part. I said shrinking from the left side, right? So from the left side, when you keep shrinking, this is the condition for that. And how long you should keep doing? Until what is not satisfied, until all the characters have a frequency 1. That is, all have become distinct. So that is what I will be doing in this while loop. Okay. So over here, outside this m of s of I plus plus means I am expanding the window size from the right side. I is the right side, L is the left side. Okay. I is the right side, L is the left side. M1 is recording the final answer. I've given some name. I think I can change it to, okay, actually leave it. I have to change everything now. So basically M1 is like the final answer. And this part is expanding window from right side, and this part is shrinking window size from left side. Until when? Until all the characters have a frequency 1. How to find all characters have frequency 1? Map is over here. Actually, I made it more elaborative. You don't have to actually use all this in one if condition also it will be done. I think you will be able to do that. But just for people who can't understand, I have made it more elaborate over here, that's all. So over here, I'm just trying to find the frequency. I'm just trying to find if whether a element has a frequency greater than 1. IT of second is the frequency, right? Because my map is char and int. It will record the frequency of the character. And outside this loop, outside this while loop, I will be recording the maximum length as and when it changes. So this is the normal method. It worked in LeetCode. Some websites I got TLE. So if you want to know the shortcut, please stay in this video. I hope you have watched the video until now. I'm really happy if you did. So continue to watch it. I shall tell you the other method. The other method I'll be sharing is this one. Maybe I should decrease. Yeah. So the other method I'll be doing is, what I'll be doing, I will take a lookup table, okay? I will take a lookup table and 1 second, yeah, I think now it's better, right? You can see clearly. Yeah, it's bigger now. So I'll be taking a lookup table, and basically this will store the index of all the characters, that is all the 256 characters, whatever is there, whatever can be there, that is all possibilities. There are 256 characters, right? So I will make a lookup table and initialize all of the values from 0 to 255 with -1. I will tell you why with -1. Now I'm taking a variable length to find the length of the longest distinct substring. My I variable will be the right pointer and my j variable will be the left pointer. So I'm taking the input string, accepting the input, initializing the lookup table as follows, and O of n solution is like this. Find j. J is max of the current value and v of s of I plus 1. What is this v of s of I plus 1? Basically, v of s of I plus 1. Why are we doing this? Because I will explain with the example right now. So let us take this example. Now we are traversing through the string. Okay. So what will be j value over here? Let us record j value. Okay. J value over here will be what? J is maximum of, initially j is 0. V of s of I. What is v of s of I? Initially all the characters are initialized to -1. So v of s of I initially is 0. Sorry, v of s of I is initially -1. So when v of s of I initially is -1, then this expression will lead us to what? J is again 0 only. So over here j is 0 and I is equal to 1. So my length will be what? My length will be equal to 1. I hope you're able to understand. Sorry, my I is 0 over here. I'm sorry. I is 0, j is also 0, so length is 1. Because length I'm calculating as I minus j plus 1, max of that. Max of length and I minus j plus 1. Okay, now what I'm doing, I'm saying v of s of I is I. So now in that lookup table, 256 characters, v of s of I, that s of I, ASCII of ASCII of capital A is 65. So that v of 65 in that place, 65 will now have a value what? 0. Essentially, it means what? Essentially, now character A has been mapped with value 0. Okay, let us move on. B. B also, it is initialized with -1. B ASCII value 66. Since all the values are initialized to -1, B also is initialized to -1. So J will remain 0 only. I hope you're able to understand this. J will remain 0 only, but my I has become 1. I minus J plus 1 is 2. So my length has changed to 2. Similarly, J will be 0 here. I will become 2. Length will become 3. J will be 0 here. I will become 3. Length will become 4. J will be 0 here again. I will become 4. Length will become 5. You can see that all these characters are distinct. I will remove this. All these characters are distinct. So until all the characters are distinct, until we come across distinct character, until we come across a repeated character, J value will remain 0. Until we come across a repeated character, J value remains 0. Now we come across A. Now V of A is what? 0. So V of S of I is 0. 0 plus 1 is 1. Max of 0 and 1 is 1. So here my J has changed to 1 and my I value is 5. 5 minus 1, 4 plus 1, 5. So you can see here, maximum length has remained the same. Maximum length has remained what? Same. Now let us come here, C. C was initially mapped to what? C ASCII value is 67. C was initially mapped to which index? 2. Okay, C was mapped to 2. So V of S of I, V of C, that is V of 67. You have to convert to ASCII. V of 67 is now 2. 2 plus 1, 3. So J will change to 3. And I will change to what? I will change to 6. So now length will become what? 4. Yes, this will be the substring. So at this point, length becomes 4 because at this point, the unique substring is this. Similarly, when B is there, what will happen? I is 7 and V of B is 66. And we had already stored that value over here. We continuously store that, right, over here. So we had stored B value as 1. So now J will be what? J will be max of J and V of B plus 1. V of B is 1. 1 plus 1, 2. Max of J and 2 is what? J is 3. Max of 3 and 2 is 3 only. So now 7 minus 3, 4 plus 1, 5. So ultimately the maximum length will turn out to be what? 5 only. So this was the working of the entire process. If I have to summarize it, we are just taking a lookup table for all the ASCII, that is all the characters, 256 characters. And we will keep changing our left pointer when we come across a duplicate, that is a repeating character. Until we don't come across that, our J value will remain 0 and I will be increasing. That means we will keep increasing the window size. Once j value changes, it will shrink. So window size increase, shrink, increase, shrink. Like that, we'll keep maintaining. In this way, we can do it in O of n time only. So this is a very good method. This is the best method, and use this only in all the calculations, in all the programs. Okay. So I wanted to share this with you. If you really found it helpful, please share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Bye.